Now then, it's been the worst possible week for Plymouth. They're bottom of League One, having been deducted 10 points for declaring their intention to take the club into administration, a decision that leaves them 8 points from safety. Well, we've decided that before we show their game against Colchester, to cheer our Argyle fans up a little, we'll have a quick reminder of happier days.
Based in the largest city in England never to have hosted top-flight football, Plymouth Argyle has spent all but 5 of their 74 Football League seasons in the second and third tiers. Their name originates either from the Argyle Tavern Public House, or the Argyle and Sutherland Highlanders who are based in the area, or local street Argyle Terrace. Glad we could clear that one up for you. Their club crest features the Mayflower, which carried the Pilgrim Fathers from Plymouth to the New World in 1620. In 1924 they toured South America and won 4-0 against the Uruguayan national team, who 6 years later would win the inaugural World Cup. In their lineup was Jack Leslie, whose 131 goals in 383 appearances earned him an England call-up, subsequently withdrawn when selectors realised he was, in their words, a man of colour. In March 1973, Argyle beat Pelé Santos in a friendly at Home Park, a game that only went ahead after the Brazilians demanded an additional cash payment once they'd seen the 37,500 sell-out crowd. And in February 1997, Plymouth were involved in the Battle of Saltergate, when their game with Chesterfield was the first in Football League history to see 5 players sent off. And never mind Billy the Fish and Sid the Sexist. In 2006, Viz magazine published a one-off comic strip, The Pirates of Plymouth Argyle, based on several first-team players.
Plymouth's survival hopes rest with 2 Peters. Ridsdale responsible for sorting out a perilous financial mess. Reed charged with plundering some points on the pitch to try and keep the Pilgrims afloat. And the manager is certainly doing his part. Rory Fallon getting Argyle on the scoreboard after only 8 minutes against Colchester. But it looked like another day of frustration in Devon when Stefan Zubar headed an own goal under pressure from Nathan Clark's powerful throw. That levelled the scores, and it looked like it might stay that way too, as Kari Arneson's excellent effort cannoned back off the crossbar. Luck clearly wasn't going the home side's way. A point further emphasised just before the hour when Chris Clark made a hopeless mess of a challenge on Ian Henderson with inevitable consequences. No malice intended perhaps, but nothing seems to be going right for Plymouth these days. But then they did get a break. Joe Mason making the most of a challenge from Nathan Clark, a penalty and a chance to end their 6-match losing streak. Yannick Bolasie duly secured 3 vital points for his side, just what Argyle needed after their awful week.
It's been a difficult time for everyone concerned. Obviously, early in the week, the 10 points deducted, Football League rules, hammer blow to everyone, and then a disappointing performance and results are a very good Brighton side. It's been hard for the players, but they've kept on going and showed plenty of character.
Got a feel for Plymouth fans and for Peter Reid at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, they've taken the 10-point hit, and you hope they find an investor. That's the most important thing, rather than relegation, I suppose, on their minds. But it's a tough situation to be in, especially when they move so quickly under Paul Stewart. They've come back just as quickly now.
No doubt what incident provoked the most gasps in the Football League show office this afternoon. It was this when it came in. Chris Clark's, I was going to say tackle, but I think that might be slightly doing Chris Clark a favour on Ian Henderson.
Well, it's a slightly mistimed karate kick almost.
He knew, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, and he knows. It doesn't mean anything but fortunately, they picked themselves up and Bolasie got the penalty to get them the 3 points, which would give them a lift. I think that the situation would have galvanised the club and everybody would be working
Seen
together.
it with other teams, haven't we? When they're going to lose the 10 points, whether they're in administration or but they lose those 10 points, it creates a them against us effect.
And and sometimes it's a good thing because it's done now. Everybody knows the situation. Oh yeah, the supporters are angry, understandably, but they know the situation in the club and they can all start moving forward. Hopefully that's what